Today, let us create the space that allows us to step into the fire of self-discovery. Good day, beautiful soul. Today is a good day. We are kicking off our newest journey, the art of self-discovery, created by the wonderful, the magnificent, the marvelous Marva Midkiff. She's been brewing this up down in the art room, and we are kicking it off. Rumi once said, "Step into the fire of self-discovery. This fire will not burn you. It will only burn what you are not." So together we are stepping into the fire of self-discovery. And of course, as we begin a journey of self-discovery, we can honor ourselves by having our supplies and our environment in order so that we can better create and reflect. So in today's session, we are exploring the format of our journey. We're creating a space that is conducive to our self-awareness, and we're gathering our tools. Let's begin. So the way that this journey is broken down is into 6 different inspirations. And we will each segment, each week, each podcast, as we go through the art of self-discovery, go through each of these in the same order. We will have our sacred pause. We will have an intention affirmation. We will have a beautification exercise. We will have the sentence completion journal prompts. We will then have a reflection period after we stream of consciousness style journal. And then lastly, we create. And so for today's segment, as we focus on creating our space, we're going to go through each of these inspirations and explain them a little bit so that we can better prepare our mind, body, soul, and environment, and what have you, so that we can be more equipped as we journey on into the fire of self-discovery. So let us begin with our pause. Why pause? Well, when we embark on a journey of self-discovery or creating a work of art, it is important to quiet the thinking, analyzing, conditioned mind. And we do that with a pause. The pause, capital pause, can be a formal meditation if that's what tickles your fancy, or it could be a breath, several breaths, anywhere in between. So we will approach the pause with our own understanding of what resonates with our state of being. So just noticing as you listen to me talking about the pause, what are ways that you enjoy pausing? What are very nourishing, effective ways that help you quiet that thinking, analyzing, conditioned mind? The importance of the pause is so multi-layered. It allows us to break from the constant noise of our thinking mind, and we become conscious of any beliefs that we may have about the following, meditation rules. Like, there really are no rules. There is only the intention of quieting the mind and entering the flow. All 10 toes in the hot tub, baby. So in the pause, in this break, we will have a moment to stop the momentum of conditioned behavior, stop the momentum of anxiety and the momentum of overwhelm. The pause allows us to create or remember our intention and realign with it. What do we want our state of being to be? How about you? Have you ever taken a pause before answering, reacting, or choosing? Sure you have. And what is your relationship with pausing? What is the pause that resonates with you? Do you like to take 10 and sit down and tune into your breath, listen to the silence, maybe dance, throw some paint around, jam on the guitar? What is it that helps you pause? Moving into our next inspiration, our intention. Let's just say the intention first, and then we'll break down what the heck an intention is. So today's intention, feel free to repeat after me. Very short and simple and powerful. I am deserving of my own attention. I commit to a daily self-discovery practice. All right, an intention. What is it? It is a powerful guiding statement about the state of being that we prefer to be in. So that's why it's very helpful to pause before setting an intention. So ideally, each day, as we wake, as we rise fresh and inspired and ideally well rested, we can pause and set an intention for the day. How do we want to spend our precious energy this day? So these intentions that we'll include, they keep us focused and observant on how we choose to navigate our reality. They can open areas that we may likely want to dive more deeply into. They can reveal more about who we are, what we want, how to get it. These intentions help determine what works for us with compassion and leaves us feeling fulfilled. So for example, some intentions of, say, self-discovery are, I intend to observe myself without judgment. I intend to freely forgive myself and others. I intend to be fully present each moment. And of course, the I intend is certainly implied. So an intention can also look like, I will take nothing personally. I allow others to be heard. I find the beauty in all things. So how about you? What is your intended state of being for today? Moving into our next inspiration as we create our space internally and externally is our beautify exercise. In each beauty segment, we'll be asked to find the beauty in ourselves and the world around us. And eventually, with practice, finding the beauty, seeing the beauty, noticing it, naming it, witnessing it, feeling it, it will become commonplace in our reality. Finding the beauty is a stepping stone to loving who we really are, and expanding our ability to love others and everything in this magnificent universe. So let's practice that, short and simple. From where you are right now, just become aware of something that's calling to you. Just looking around, notice the beauty in that thing. Expanding how you're witnessing this, using all of your senses to fully absorb the beauty. Feel free to continue that. Maybe you notice another thing or another thing. Notice how each thing has its own unique, beautiful qualities. So as far as the fire of self-discovery, I feel like these journal segments that we'll be going through are gold. Each journal segment throughout this journey are about documenting our observations as they're identified. It ought to be very simple, fast. We're just observing, witnessing. We don't need to pause and really figure out the right answer. No. This is a lot simpler than that. And in that simplicity is quite a powerful effect. So in our journal prompts, we will be unearthing the truth of our conditioning through a series of questions that we will provide the endings to. So as we do this, we're simply observing the truth of our conditioning without judgment. And we'll answer maybe a dozen questions, stream of consciousness style, about our patterns and our behaviors. And with this understanding, we can own our journey and release what does not serve us. So as we move through the segments of this journey, we will expand this process and reflect on what comes up. And this will allow us to remain in connection with that subconscious information while we're still in that receptive state. So next week, we'll begin our first series of journal prompts. So this week, it's all about just preparing ourselves. As with any masterpiece, we need our tools, right? So as a gift to yourself and your journey, prepare yourself with a few things: a journal and a writing utensil. We're going to need those. And ideally, we have a time and a sanctuary spot, same time of day-ish, and the same spot-ish, where we can come to with intention to hear our own thoughts and be free from distraction for several minutes while we complete our journaling and our reflections. So that's your challenge this week. That's our challenge this week, is to further refine our sacred space of self-discovery so that we can commit to this journey and really, really get the most out of it. So after we do our journaling, we're going to be doing a bit of reflection. These reflection sessions are very important to get the most out of this journey. This is where our integration, understanding, realizations can really integrate and pattern into our DNA. I'm laughing. I have a friend who, like, every time there's something beautiful that happens, she's like, okay. She like taps her body. She's like, all right, I'm imprinting this into my DNA. So yeah, it may take several rounds of finishing questions of our journal prompts, perhaps, before we're able to bypass our need of like wanting to answer correctly. So sometimes we just need to write out the first thought that comes to mind without analyzing or judgment. Like, there's no correct ending for our journal prompts. There is only just deeper and deeper self-discovery. So after every section, after every journal section, we will reflect on what came to light within our experiments and our creations. And in this reflection is where we will really begin to discover who we really are. And lastly, perhaps most joyously, at least for me as a creator, we have our creative inspiration. This is how we will wrap up each session. Because we find that when we're learning anything, it can really sink in if we're able to create and merge with the movement as we contemplate. And that's why we have taken to creative journaling that Marva has introduced to us. So we'll include a few fun creative journaling prompts at the end of every session. So if that resonates with you, please include your creative journal into your tools, into your arsenal of self-discovery as we further refine our space to allow ourselves to blossom more fully into the beauty of who we are. And that wraps up today's session of creating the space. If you would like to join the community conversation, share whatever shows up for you, see what other people are playing with, working on, discovering, feel free to join us on our platform. We have fun stuff going on. We've got our private activity feed specific for this journey, where we share the replays of our community calls, just random bits and bops as inspiration strikes, and some other fun things on there. So feel free to find the link for that and come join us. And I so look forward to jamming on segment 2, where we really kick off this journey. Well, this first segment of creating the space is certainly kicking it off, but the second segment, where our intention will be focused on awareness. We're going to start with the journaling questions and some more fun exercises. So I so look forward to seeing you next week as we kick that off. Until then, enjoy creating and refining this space so you're inspired to show up for the beauty of you. Love you so much, and I'll see you next week. Peace and love.